Hey there, how's it going? Okay, this is take 3 of this video, and it better work for y'all because I have a slew of great information here for you about how using social media as your business is going to be a game changer. Making sure that you now look at Facebook and Instagram, whatever your social media platform is, making sure that you're now understanding it is your business. It's no longer just for fun to check in to see what friends and family members are posting about their kids or their pets or whatever. It's business. So I have put together a PowerPoint and we're going to go through the slides. Please take notes. Make sure that you are pausing it if you need to go over your notes to come up with questions so that next time we have the opportunity to talk, we can delve into a little bit more nitty-gritty of each of those topics. I'm going to try to keep this brief, but it is going to be somewhat long because I have a lot to provide here. So one of the biggest things when it comes to becoming a coach is knowing that you are now in the public eye and people are going to want to give their opinion. They're going to want to get to know you. They're going to want to watch what you're doing. And in order for them to get a feel of who you are and what you're about, you need to consistently be posting and you need to provide value and you need to be you. So let's go ahead and dive on in to the PowerPoint. Just a moment here. There we go, clicking the wrong button. Okay, so social media is your wall is your window. Sorry, got my words all messed up there. You want social media to now be run as your business. And the main point of this is seeing that now your wall, your timeline is the window for other people to get a look into your life and who you are. Now, I am strictly talking about Facebook today because that is the primary platform that I use for my business and that majority of our upline uses. So I have a good source of information to be able to provide us with Facebook. The first two things is when it comes to your profile, 3 things actually. You want to make sure that it is public, no longer private. If you have pictures that you don't want the public to see, then share them in an album and set the settings for just certain people to be able to take a look at. Because if you truly want to run this business and connect with thousands of people, then it's getting out of your comfort zone to open your profile to public so more people can start to see what you're doing and what you're about. The next 2 things, this is my current cover page. You want your cover page, which is the top picture at the very top of your profile, you want that to be intriguing and appealing and eye-catching. What is it that you are about? It can just be a simple picture. It doesn't have to be done on PicMonkey like this one was done. This is my current one. I change like every 3 months or so. You don't have to. That's just me. But it has a very quick quote, a very small quote, my starfish emblem, and health, fitness, tennis, and freedom, along with pictures of me and a picture of Shakeology. So the first thing when people see my profile is they can tell that somehow a starfish has meaning to me. I am sharing motivation. I drink Shakeology, which tells them I'm focused on my health and my nutrition. And then my picture with Ellington. So it tells them that I'm a dog mom. It gives them that sight though, so that they might look into more of, is that her dog? Is that a friend's dog? Whatever. But it's pictures of me. And then my little word blurbs there, health, fitness, tennis, freedom. Those are the things that I am about. You want people to get an inside look very quickly. When you send a friend request to somebody, they're going to stalk your page. The first thing that they're going to look at is your profile picture and your cover page, and that's going to determine whether or not they're going to keep scrolling to check out your posts and what they're about. So that takes me to your profile picture. Your profile picture needs to be a picture of you. It does not have to be a professional picture. It can be a fun selfie that you took of yourself and you really, really like. Make sure the lighting is good. You do not want your profile picture to be you and the girls that you hang out with and your good friends, because when someone goes to your profile to check out who you are, They're not going to be able to determine who you are out of that one picture. You could be any one of the few that are there. So your profile picture is of you. If you are a mom and you have a kid, your kids can be in it, your dog can be in it. My current one has me in Ellington. It was our picture that was taken for our Christmas card. It's obvious I am not the dog, but make sure that it's just a good picture that you feel comfortable with. And what I mean by a good picture is the lighting and the background, that it's not too distracting. It is just a simple picture of you. So now let's get into the nitty-gritty of this. When you are using social media as your business, consistency is going to be absolutely 100% your biggest thing you need to focus on. Once you start to get a handle of what works with your routine and with your network and your market on when is best to post as opposed to when it's not okay to post. And what I mean by that is if you post at 8 o'clock in the morning, for example, I used to post at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning because that was when I was getting my workout in, or at least was done by then. So I was sharing my workout information and how it went, or some motivation. A lot of people were not engaging on those because my market, my niche, my network was not looking at Facebook at that time. So I had to adjust and start to really learn how to track things. And I pushed it back to around 9, somewhere between 9:15 and 9:30 is when my first post goes out. I get a lot more action on that because my market, my network is seeing Facebook at that time. So the more you're posting, the more you're going to start to get an idea of when should you post, who's it targeting, those types of things. When you're posting, you need to be posting 3 to 5 times a day. We're going to get into some specifics on what those should look like, but Facebook has a gazillion algorithms that I truly do not understand altogether. I've been on calls that go over them, and the gist of what I can tell you is that with the way their algorithms are set up, you want to have a clear understanding of when it is you're posting, who your target market is, so who you're speaking to when you share this post, making sure that it's valuable, because the more likes that you're getting and the more comments that you're getting, the more that it's going to keep popping up on other people's news feeds. So that gives you more action and more engagement. You want to establish credibility. So you might say that you're starting the 21-day fix, you're super excited, your team has been having phenomenal results, and you are ready to go. And you post your workout picture, you post your sweaty workout picture, you drinking your Shakeology, you talk about the benefits for the first 14 days, and then whomp, you fall off track. Okay, it happens. We all have bad days. We all fall off track for a little bit. We all need a break. But if you don't get back on track, if you never finish the 21-day fix, if you never say, well, I'm back, I took 2 days rest, my body needed it, and then show them the end results, you have just lost credibility, because people who were checking in, whether they were liking or commenting on your post or not, people are watching. And whether someone reached out or not, those people who are watching are going to see, well, she fell off track. So it really must not be that easy to follow. And it's going to discourage them from from really reaching out or even considering checking out what the 21-day fix and Shakeology is all about. So building credibility, showing them consistency in what you do. Now, that does not mean that you should share only when you work out, because I only work out 3 to 5 times a week. As much as I would love to work out 7, when I work out 7, I end up having to take 2 weeks off because of the pain that I get in my neck from pushing too hard. So I share the days when I have to take a break because I pushed too hard on Monday. Or I share when I only got through 10 minutes of my workout. Or you know what? Today I was just not feeling it. My body needed rest. Don't not share what you're doing. This opportunity is sharing who you are, what you're doing with your life, and where you want to go. The where you want to go is going to be crucial, because people all over have all sorts of big hopes and dreams and goals. And if they see that you are starting to work towards achieving your hopes and goals and dreams, they're going to want to watch. they're going to become intrigued. And if you're not telling them the good, the bad, and the ugly, they're not going to become intrigued enough to continue to follow you. We're not perfect. People don't strive. People don't want to see perfection. They want to see progress because nobody's perfect. They want to see the ups and the downs. So again, we talked about how posting consistently is going to definitely expand your audience, credibility, and we just talked about sharing your journey and making that connection, which we are going to talk a lot about the connection aspect. Before we go into making a connection and making sure, that you're sharing with value, you want to make sure that you are in complete control of your page. You are providing relevant information that you are posting. You need to go into your settings and make sure that other people are blocked from posting on your timeline. You want to remove any content on your Facebook page that is irrelevant to what you are about. So, for example, you might have friends who are sharing funny videos, whether it be an Ellen video or a Jimmy Fallon video. I'm using these off the top of my head because I love those too. And I occasionally share those videos. But if you go on your newsfeed and you scroll through your timeline and all you see is shared items, a shared video, a shared picture, a shared funny meme, whatever it might be, those things are irrelevant to what you are doing. So do not let other people post. Now, what's going to happen is when you block them, it will give you a notification that someone tried to post, not tried, but someone sent you something for your timeline. You can view it and you get to choose then, hide it from your timeline. You still get to see it, but it's not visible to the others who see your profile. Or you can share it if it's an occasional thing, or even if it has relevance, which while I am here on this topic, so I don't forget, please, please, please don't share Beachbody related things, whether it's from Carl's webpage, whether it's from Beachbody specifically or another coach. Do not share. We're going to get into talking about this more, but I know in my first 2 takes of this, I did not comment on the sharing the videos. Don't share the videos of programs and products. We can get you those videos and you can make it your own, because all you're doing is sending people back to those people. For example, I have people who share my stuff. Part of me wants to say, hey, thanks, you just shared, my love and my energy, but you're taking away from what you're providing, because that person's going to click, and if they're interested, it's going to send them to me. Now, we are a team, so I will send them back to you, but you don't want to get in the habit of sending people away from what you are providing. Bring them to you. Make it you. So when you're decluttering your wall, make it relevant. If it's irrelevant, get it off. Don't let other people post on your wall, and be aware of how often you're sharing pictures and videos of other things, and make sure that you're sticking to your 5, which is now what we're about to get into. Your 5 things. What are the top 5 qualities that define you? I know I didn't say top 5, but let's keep it simple. What are the top 5 qualities that define you? What are your top 5 interests? And who are you to others? These are the questions that you want to write down right now in your notebook that you're taking notes, and answer these questions. What qualities define you? Who are you? What are your interests? So when you're starting to think about this, your top 5 interests are going to be the things that you are consistently talking about. We made mention to how you should be posting 3 to 5 times a day. When you are posting 3 to 5 times a day, they are relevant, they are sharing value, and they are not generic. They are you. So those things are going to relate to your top 5 things. So mine are Ellington, my mom, Paul, my relationship with my grandparents, which is connected to his passing. Health and fitness are together for me, and then tennis. I'm talking about those things. Lupus is in there as well. I'm talking about those things every day, whether or not it's a grand post that I spent hours making, or it's just a quick blurb that I commented on something. I talked about it. Those are what's going to attract my market. People who have a strong relationship with their grandparents, who have gone through death and losing somebody that was their world. That's a connection. People who are also dog parents, dog mommies and daddies, that connects them to me because I'm constantly sharing my adorable Ellington. Yes, I'm all about health and fitness, and I share about it, but there's more to me than just Beachbody. There's more to me than my health and my fitness. So I make sure that I'm sharing tennis, and I'm sharing how I miss being an athlete, and how I'm actually on my first tennis team in, 10 years, and my first match is this weekend. I'm talking about these things that are relevant to me because the people who that's also relevant to are going to start to want to follow and check on in. Who are you to others? Are you a mom? Are you an aunt? Are you a friend? Are you a sister? Relate to people who are like you, who have those same titles. Comment about how you got to hang with your niece and nephew over the weekend, and these are the things that you did with them. And share your life. Share your life outside of Beachbody. Beachbody is phenomenal. Not only do we get to help other people reach their personal goals in terms of health and fitness while we reach our own, we get to make an income, and it can be substantial. It can be incredible if you put the work into it, 6-7 figures. But it is the relationships and the connections that you make with people that make this opportunity and this community just so worthwhile. So really zoning in on how to make those deeper, stronger connections is not only going to just fill your life with so much joy, it's going to help you see success in your business. Okay, now, in order to see success in your business, you have to be real. You have to be genuine. You have to be vulnerable. I'm going to talk about stepping outside of your comfort zone. And when I say that, I am not saying that you need to share the deep and dark, nitty-gritty secrets of your life that only belong between your ears and the others that know already, if anybody does know. Not everything needs to be shared, but there are some things that you can share. And while it might not be the opportune time to do it today or tomorrow or next week, maybe 2 months from now, you can start to talk about how when you were growing up, you were bullied and you never felt like you belonged because your differences were constantly picked on. That was me. Or maybe you have gone through a traumatic experience and you're not ready to share the details, but you'd like to open up so that you can eventually start to help others who have gone through that. You know what is going to be comfortable for you. So I somewhat contradict, but I will never, nobody is ever going to pressure you to share a piece of information that you don't want to share. There are things that are not for Facebook, are not for your business world. But in order to make deep, strong, genuine, true relationships and connections with people, people want to get to know you. They don't want to know just the you behind the Beachbody title. They don't want to get to know the you that's in the yoga pants and the sweaty tank top with the messy hair. They want to get to know you. And I didn't fully get that. My first year in this business, I wasn't getting that. And I have some examples of posts that I made, and you'll see a very, very, very huge difference between how I posted then and how I posted now, because honestly, I don't share a lot. I don't talk a lot about Beachbody, because I'm more than that. I'm an athlete who no longer gets to participate in things because of my injuries. I'm a lupus warrior. I'm a jock, but I'm sensitive and vulnerable. And while I don't always like to share the fact that I cry a lot and I have my moments and days like that, we all do, which takes me into my first picture there on the left. Most people know me as shoulders back and tight and just standing up tall and making sure that, I don't let a tear fall. I don't let things get to me. that's a huge perception that people have of me because I don't very often let people into the sensitive side of me. And it wasn't until last summer, I shared a video, and I think this was a little bit of an aha moment for me. I realized what it could do. I shared a video where there was music playing in the background, and I don't know if you've seen lots of videos. I've seen many videos of this nature, but it's where you're not verbally talking. You have your stuff written down on a piece of paper, and you hold it up for a little bit till they get a few seconds to read that, and then you bring the next picture, and it's telling a story. Your words on the paper are telling your story that you're too scared to verbally say. And I was honestly shaking as I went to push the post button, and I was on the phone with a fellow coach and dear friend. Like, I can't do this. I mean, I made this video and it was great. It helped me just making it. I don't think I can post this. But posting that video made me see that there's nothing I can't share on Facebook to my followers that is going to make them run. And if they run, then they're not needed in my life, because I'm looking for the people that my information can connect to. The first like and the first comment, it started to take, wow, okay, somebody did like this, so it wasn't terrible to post this. And then more and more and more, and I think I had over like 300 likes and a gazillion comments, and it just made me breathe. And then not only was I receiving incredible comments and such touching words, but I was receiving private messages from people reaching out and saying, thank you for sharing that. I felt that way once, and it was terrible. I'm so glad that we are grown up and out of high school. High school was terrible. It started a connection. It started a conversation. You want things that are going to provide relevant, valuable information that are true to you, that are providing ways and opening up ways to start a communication with somebody. Down the road, they might bring it up, you might bring it up, Beachbody will get brought up, but it's not always the opportune time to just send an invite right away. You want to get to know the people that you're working with. So showing them who you are, giving them a window into the inside of your life is what's going to help. This picture here on the left, many people who follow me know that I lost my grandfather when I was in college, and that's almost 11 years. It's going to be 11 years in 3 weeks, and I still get upset every day. And people know it. People know that he was my best friend. He was my world, but I never shared the fact that it was okay for me to cry, because I didn't like to cry. So I had gotten in the car to drive home from Pennsylvania, or to drive back here from Pennsylvania, and I put in, it was a Christmas song, and it made me cry because it's one that makes me think of him. And I was like, you know what? I'm just in the mood. I'm just going to share this. And the post was not very long. The wording wasn't very long. It wasn't profound. It was just sharing the fact that, you know what? We all cry. It's okay. It helps you get through things, and that's it, you know? And I got a lot of engagement on this, because the people who saw me as this big, tough broad, someone who doesn't let things get to them, now see that there is another side to me. Same thing with my ridiculous other picture that you're looking at right now, where my hair is all over the place. It looks like I put my finger in a socket. A year ago, 6 months ago, I would have never posted this picture. But we are not always prim and proper with makeup and our hair done well. We are human. People want to see that you are human, that you make mistakes. You look like a hot mess from time to time. You're not always put together, no matter how successful you are. This picture was inspired by an Instagram post that I saw. The Instagram post was just a white background with black wording, which that's typically how I share my quotes, is the white background, black wording, and then my Katie Miller Gleeful for a Change website in my bright pink, or magenta, whatever. Excuse me, sorry. But I really liked that, and it made me laugh out loud. And I thought, well, I need to share this, but I don't want to just share it. I don't want to just copy and paste it, because I need to make it more me. So I took a picture of me. I looked like this at the time. I didn't have to do anything to create this disastrous look. I was laying on my grandmother's couch and snapped this selfie. And all I did at the top of the wording post was say what the image said on Instagram. It said, I have 99 bobby pins and I can't find one. I made this funnier and more relatable to people who follow me because they saw my hair like that. And the quote itself, which I had borrowed, was funny. So I made it me, which goes back to when I was mentioning about sharing things. Make the things that you like you. Don't be generic. If you're sharing a picture with a quote and it had a picture of the New York City skyline or a bed of flowers, whatever it might have been, change it up. Have you in the background of the picture. People need to see your face. You're on your Facebook wall, there should be lots of selfies, lots of them. And that sounds really odd, but that's coming from the top coaches. When some of my friends who are top coaches, elite and premier in this business, were having some times of struggle throughout their page, they weren't getting a lot of action, and they talked to the number 1, 2, 3 coaches. They asked them, what are some things that I can do to enhance my page and whatever. And these were at different times. They didn't have this conversation all together. And all of them said, more selfies. People need to see you. Sharing a quote and sharing an image of things that you like to do is great. It gives them an insight into what you're liking. But people want to see you. They're showing up to your Facebook page to see you. So when you're scrolling through, you should see yourself pretty often. Okay, let's segue for a little bit here and talk about a comment that was shared for me, one of my first business calls when I started actually working the business. And I still to this day hope to God that, out of my biotic, so sorry. I still to this day hope that the person who was having the call didn't realize the roll in my eyes, because it was worse than a teenage girl when she said this. She made the comment, we are not salespeople, we are share people. How many of you are worried about the selling aspect? How many of you are worried about having your friends feel like, great, now she wants me to buy something, or your family is like, oh geez, now Katie's doing this thing where I'm going to have to buy Shakeology and what the hell is this type thing? It took me a little while because I was very skeptic. I pushed this thing off for a while when I started because I wasn't sure I truly believed in it. The idea was there and I kind of bought into it, but it took me a couple months to really feel it. So I get it. I get those feelings of skepticism. I get the feelings of not wanting people to think they have to buy something. But truthfully, we are not here to sell somebody something. We are selling ourselves. We are showing people what we are about. If people are attracted to you, you need to sell yourself. Just like you do in an interview, you make yourself real and genuine. You share who you are, your values, and your interests. People are buying into you. If you are telling them that something is of value, they're going to want to start to listen. That does not mean that they're going to automatically click order the first conversation you have. Typically, the statistics are 5 to 7 times it will take someone before they say yes. So that means you're going to have a conversation with Katie 5 to 7 times about, hey, I know you're interested in joining my next challenge group. Why don't we get you started? No, I can't right now, whether it be time or financial. Okay, check back in a couple weeks or a couple months. And no, just not right now is not the opportune time. So 5 to 7 times is the statistics of how many times people are going to say no. But when someone is a no, you don't write them off. You keep them on your list because a no is a not right now. What that is saying is that you need to do a better job of providing them with value and relevant information that is going to help them see that this is worth it, whether it be the challenge group is worth it, Shakeology is worth it, the business opportunity is worth it. It's taking the time to be able to grow your conversations. So I challenge you each day when you get a no, celebrate it, because now you get to fine tune and become better at approaching that conversation the next time. All right, so let's talk about this picture that I have here. when you're posting, sometimes you're going to just post and it was just natural, and whether it was a selfie and you were out on a walk and you saw a beautiful setting and you just took it and it was just random. And other times you're going to be strategic because this is, again, your business page. So it needs to be set up in a strategic way. You need to have a plan. My friend Jen here, who is one of my success partners, she made this post, and in the background you can see the image that she shared, and then I blew up the wording so that you could see that. She took a simple transformation picture, and she could have said, and has said in the past, as well as I have done it too, I followed the 21-day fix, and in 21 days, I lost X amount of weight, X amount of inches. I have energy because of Shakeology. Buy this from me, and it's going to change your life. Crickets. How many people are going to like something like that when you're saying, buy this from me right away? Doesn't work that way. Show them the effort that goes into it. Be vulnerable in sharing how you got here. Where were you before Beachbody? Some of you are brand spanking new to this, and that is okay. That's actually great. When you start to delve into your why, you're going to be able to take notes and explain who were you, or really, who are you now? Who do you want to be? And then in the months to come, you're going to be able to see how things progress because of becoming a part of the Beachbody opportunity. Jen here took this simple transformation picture, which is obvious that she had weight loss goals reached and fitness toning goals that she's achieved, but she didn't talk about it. She didn't say that she used the 21-day fix. She didn't say buy me now and how she drank Shakeology faithfully every day. She made a small blurb, a paragraph and a half, I would say that would account to, of saying, you know what? I used to chase skinny. Her words in there. I used to chase skinny, and I was depressed and miserable because I was living off energy drinks. And that chapter of my life, while it was exhausting, she's thankful for now because she has grown and moved on from trying to chase skinny and is more focused on living a healthier lifestyle. That gave people an insight into what she was like and who she is now. So now anybody else who suffered with trying to lose weight for years and either didn't have success or was doing it in the wrong way, whether it have been diet pills or barely eating or living off Starbucks to keep their energy up but not have to consume food, she's now made a connection with them because she lived that, so they can relate. She didn't once talk about Beachbody in this post. The only time Beachbody is mentioned is in a hashtag. So she was strategic. She used something that is very business oriented. We are in the minds of having transformations. That is our business, whether it be a physical transformation, a mental transformation, or a financial transformation. That's our business. But she didn't go out in it in a salesy way. She shared how she went from this or from that to this. The two images here on the left are ways that I use to share challenge group information and try and get people roped in to joining me on this opportunity. That top one, don't wish for it, work for it. That's not my ass in that picture. First off, I probably wouldn't be comfortable taking that picture and posting it on the wall, but none of that is me. Those aren't my words. That's not my transformation in the bottom left of that picture. And same thing on the bottom one. That's me in the top corner having a selfie, like, yay, but it's a dark picture and it doesn't have any relevance. Like, what am I doing? Giving you a thumbs up for what? Those images of the nice lean bodies, those aren't me. These are not relatable. People are not going to relate to these items because they're not me. I'm not showing them the value in what I'm doing for me. So sharing things like that, how many likes and comments do you think I got on that? Zilch. None. Nada. And this was in the very beginning. So do you know what happened? In the very beginning of my business, I'm taking the time to learn Pic Collage and learn how to use these apps and create, at the time, what I thought was appealing pictures. And I was getting discouraged because nobody was liking them. Well, that turned me off. And I thought, well, crap, this opportunity isn't what I thought. No, I just hadn't learned enough yet about how to create valuable posts that were going to be intriguing to other people. Now, the one on the right, that's recent. I want to say it was last month. It was in January. And I saw the original post on Instagram where it said, I wish I loved exercise as much as I love drinking wine and eating everything. That's 90% of my friends. 90% of my friends don't like to work out. Well, 75, 80. Don't like to work out. They love wine, and we talk all the time about eating pizza and tacos and just junk. And I loved this. This was hysterical. But again, I needed to make it me. So I saved it to my computer. I opened it up in PicMonkey. PicMonkey.com is a website. It allows you to do incredible things with your pictures, as opposed to like PicCollage, PhotoFi. Those things are are apps on phones. I'm not too versed in knowing Android apps, but I can find out if there's anybody on here who does have an Android. But I took this picture. I added the circular emblems there with the bright magenta wording and said, ask me how, the 21-day fix is for $10. And then I added my website there, my Katie Miller at Gleeful for a Change. I got a decent amount of likes on that picture. I shared this because there was 4 or 5 days till the end of the month before January was about to end, and I had certain goals that I was trying to reach. I had so many people I wanted to help in the month, and I wanted to get it out there that, hey, the 21-day fix is $10. Because I was inviting, which is that's crucial. The inviting has to happen. If you're posting and posting and posting and never sending the actual invite, don't expect to help anybody, because people are not going to come to you. Once in a blue moon, it will happen. It's you taking the time to reach out to them and share with them what you're talking about and what you're doing. But I made this post strategically because I was looking for 3 to 4 more people who I wanted to help. So I put this out there publicly, and then anybody who liked it, that gave me the opportunity to say, hey, you liked my image, thanks. Are you interested in doing the 21-day fix? And it starts a conversation. Everything you do is a conversation starter. That doesn't mean that it always has to be a Beachbody topic. Remember that. You don't want to start with Beachbody. A lot of the time, I make sure I don't talk about Beachbody for a good portion of the beginning of the conversation. And sometimes even like when it goes a good week of just constant talking, because I don't have a hidden agenda. Do I want to help people achieve their goals? Yes. Do I have a financial goal in sight for this business? Yes. But the people that I'm communicating with are not numbers to me. They're people who I want to make connections with. So remember that. Everything you're doing is about making a stronger, deeper connection with someone. This picture here is my other success partner, Jen, Steph, and I. We have a 3-way chat on Facebook that we're constantly talking about to push us towards our goals. And she sent this picture in our chat and said something along the lines of, seriously, as if the house wasn't a mess enough, or something along those lines. And it could have just stayed between us, but Steph's a mom of a toddler. Her house is a mess all the time. Even if, and I don't say that in a bad way, it's the life of being a mom. I have a dog in my house is a mess because his toys are everywhere. A lot of her network is moms, young moms with young kids. She posted this picture, and if you notice, you can't see me pointing to it, but it says all she put with the wording was free 2-year-old. First off, that's hysterical. Then you look at the picture, it makes you laugh out loud. But look at the action she got. 319 likes and 53 comments. So I'm going to say 20 people out of those likes was probably coaches, because we all become friends. For the most part, it's a big sisterhood. There's guys too. Don't worry. Not segregating the guys. But once you take out the coaches who took the time to like and comment on that leaves you with over 150, I'm going to say roughly 300, because I can, off the top of my head, count 19 people who liked that post that were coaches. That opens up the door to 300 new conversations. 300 conversations that you now have the invitation. They gave you an invitation. When someone likes or comments on a post of yours, whether it's Beachbody related or not, they gave you an invitation to reach out. Hey, thanks for liking my post the other day. How have you been? It's been years since we've seen each other. Or if someone likes something related to Beachbody, your transformation pictures, those don't get any easier to post. I tell you that right now. The first transformation post that you're going to make of yourself with your before and after, you're going to feel like you're going to want to puke. And it's going to keep having that feeling until you start to get those likes and comments, and you're going to feel that boost of just confidence because people are congratulating you and telling you how good you look and how they love the journey that you on and thank you for the inspiration. Those things are going to make you feel like you don't want to puke anymore. I feel like I digressed and I lost a train of thought there. Sorry, it might come back to me. Okay, I have these two pictures here randomly because I spent 2 hours making each of them. So 4 hours total. And I was new to PicMonkey, so I had to learn how to do everything, which is why it took so long. Excuse me. But I shared these thinking, okay, I need to start sharing the value of Shakeology more. I need to start telling people more about how incredible it is and why. Because people assume it's a protein shake. They assume it's a weight loss shake, and it's both, but so much more. It's not just those things. I can't stand when I keep seeing weight loss and Shakeology connected because, first off, not everybody has a weight loss goal. And secondly, talking about weight loss is a very sensitive subject. So if all you're doing is weight loss, weight loss, weight loss, the people who do have the weight to lose and the people who have a significant amount of weight to lose to help their health, they're going to feel discouraged because all they're seeing is weight loss, weight loss, weight loss. So I thought if I came up with these daily Shakeology posts, it would be a great idea to start sharing more of the value behind it. Didn't get any action on these. Not one like, not one comment. And that was discouraging. And that was earlier this summer. So it was hard because I thought I had started to build a good niche of people who were liking my stuff and constantly following and commenting, and nada. Because here's the thing. These items are not for public. These are not for the people who don't know anything about Shakeology or the people who are not a coach and in the Beachbody community. These are what should be and now are going to be used for training our team and our coaches on the value of Shakeology more. Because the people who I'm looking to attract, this isn't an eye catcher. This isn't scroll stopping. You know, people, we do it all the time. How many times a day do we scroll through Facebook or Instagram and then something catches our eye and we stop? And then we read it and then we move on and then we stop again because something else caught our eye. These aren't scroll stopping. These are for trainings. So remember, providing pictures of you and talking more about it in a more creative way. The picture of my nails in the top left, I did that that was a month ago. That was last month, yes, because one of our fellow teammates joined us because of that picture. Drinking Shakeology for almost 2 years now, and I never had ever talked about how Shakeology has strengthened my nails. And actually, now you can kind of see my right hand, I'm right-handed, my right hand still has nice long nails, my left hand doesn't. That's my left hand. So those were getting nice and strong. With being a tennis player, if you know anything about tennis, when you swing out, you want to catch your racket. That's a full contact follow through. You want to make sure that that's happening during your strokes. Well, you're constantly hitting your nails. And even they've chipped now just because I've been playing a lot, but they're stronger. They're growing. And I posted that and someone else was like, hey, oh my gosh, I've been wondering why my fingernails are always so brittle. And then we have that conversation and then she led into, you know what, I've actually been following you a lot and I'm very interested in Shakeology. Can you tell me a little bit more? Conversation starter. And then my picture down below with the tastes good, nice bold colors. Those colors are in that bright green, that lime green and the teal. And then that's my shake on my desk. So sharing it, I mean, I don't have my cup here, but I can't tell you how many of the selfies I've taken with me holding my cup. You're going to take those from time to time. You're going to share them. But making sure that your wording is of value. That's key. All right. Let's talk about putting your own spin on things. I commented before about how I took the 99 bobby pins and I can't find one and I made it me. I do the same thing with my quotes. This image was on Google. You can type in quotes and thousands on Google and thousands will appear. Find the ones that you like. Have a folder saved on your desktop, and on the days when you schedule it, scheduling is key, remember that power hour. On the days that you're scheduling, when you're looking for posting ideas, sorry, when I talk so fast, which tells me I have to slow down. I think that's what it is. I keep yawning. Save those images so that you remember, oh, you liked that post. Because if you're not saving it somewhere or writing it down, you're going to forget. And then take the time to make it your own. Every quote that I do has my starfish emblem on it, and it has my color scheme, my white background, black wording, and then my Katie Miller Gleeful for a Change and my magenta color. Make it you. These posts that you're making, top 3 things. They need to be valuable, they need to be relevant to what you are about, and they need to be you. If you are sharing other people's words, if you are sharing other people's pictures, nobody knows who you are. Stepping outside of your comfort zone and sharing the you that you are, the you that you want to become is key. Sorry, we need to stop for a moment.